Happy Monday. Wow. I cannot believe a weekend has gone by. In fact, this whole year has flown by so quick that guess where we are today? Monday, December 30th, meaning we have 2 days left, including today, until it's the end of 2019. It's the end of a decade, and then we're starting a brand new decade. I am like freaking out about that. Well, not freaking out in a bad way. I'm actually excited. Hello, happy Monday. I'm excited for this new year that's coming up, for this new decade. I've got so many things that I'm looking forward to doing, achieving. I have a word for the year. I'm just really super excited, and I hope that you are as excited as I am. If not, I hope that you get excited for your year and that you have plans for your year. As you can see from today's topic, we're talking about self-awareness this week, and I want you to just stop looking for the quick fix, because guess what? It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable in anything that we do in life. We're always looking for the quick fix, right? But again, like I said, it's not sustainable. Now, it's essential for our emotional well-being to achieve self-awareness around our emotions so that we make better decisions on how we respond when we are triggered based on how we're feeling. Now, achieving self-awareness means taking time to really getting to know who you are. Like, you have to go deep and know yourself. Like, look inward, be brave enough to look inward. And sometimes we don't like who's staring back at us, but if we're brave enough to do that, the process is so rewarding. So you get to know who you are. And then you're learning to be open to change, because change is inevitable. So instead of being pulled kicking and screaming, go with change, because change can be beautiful and it can take you down that road that you were not expecting. Again, embracing also that piece to the puzzle, which is pivoting. That may be part of the process. And oftentimes we are resisting that piece as well. Why? Because not only do we not like change, and I get it, because I used to be one of those people who hated change, but knowing then along with change that we might have to actually go left instead of right, like we don't have control over our destiny, that we don't have control over what we're doing. No, guess what? You can't control what you can't control. So I hate to break it to you, but that's just the reality. So hello, my name is Leslie Cadet. I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotions so that they can handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. And this week, as I said, I want to talk to you about self-awareness. But before I get started, let me explain to you what I've got right behind me. This is what I call the trigger cycle. It's the triggers chart, and it's the cycle. As you can see in the middle, I've written, it's our cycle on repeat. Yes, it's on repeat. Sometimes we go through it once a day. Sometimes we go through it multiple times a day. So now, some of you who are watching, if you have kids, then you know you're on this more than once a day, right? Not only with your own stuff, but with your kids, because they can, as I've heard people say, test your nerves, and that's testing your emotions. So what are triggers? Well, triggers are an event that invokes an emotion. And what does that emotion do? What does that trigger do? It fuels our emotion. Then when we are emotionally triggered, that emotion drives our response, meaning the things that we say and we do. So however we show up, and whatever we say, whatever we do in the moment. And that will take us down to our reward, which is a positive reward or a negative reward. And that typically is, usually when it's negative, it means that we've said or done something that's maybe damaged a personal relationship or a professional relationship, or we've hurt somebody close to us. And so we end up having to, once we've cooled off, thought about it, we've cooled down, we now have to go back and fix that relationship and apologize, right? That's typically what I mean by that negative emotion and how we respond. But that can only work sometimes. It doesn't always work. And even in those personal relationships, you can damage those personal relationships. I talked about that a few weeks ago, how our emotions, if we allow them to just run amok and do what we want, say what we want in the moment, and think that we can just go back and fix things by simply apologizing, it can still be very hurtful and very hard. And people, maybe even a loss of trust and not being able to fix that relationship the way that you hoped to fix it. So again, this is what this does. Positive, on the other hand, is when you've learned what triggers are in general, you've learned how to spot your own, you know when you're being emotionally triggered, and then you can stop yourself and actually think about, how can I make a better decision? How can I respond more positively? That's going to keep me on track. So I'm focused on my life as it is today, and I can look to my future rather than having to always look over my shoulder going back and fixing things. So now, what are triggers? Some triggers are things like an anniversary date of loss or trauma. It could be a scary news event. It could be friction in your family, maybe the ending of a personal or professional relationship. I just talked about that. Isolation or overwhelm, financial problems. Maybe you were judged or criticized when you were growing up, or maybe even teased. So those are some triggers. Now, those are internal. Those are based on personal experiences. And what can happen then is not only that, is that you could have that triggered by an external trigger, meaning a person, a place, a sound, a smell could trigger something, that emotion that you have assigned that memory, and it comes back up, and now it's going to be fueled by how you are feeling. Your emotions are going to be fueled by that trigger, and then you're going to show up and say whatever you say or do in that moment. And as I said, typically it's negative, and we then go down that road to having to fix things, always looking back instead of being in the present and looking forward. So with that being said, what if I told you that there's a magic pill to everything? There's not, but I got your attention, didn't I? We're always looking for the quick fix, never wanting to take the time needed to work on it, whatever that may be, wanting instant results. Life doesn't work that way. So why do you want to set yourself up for really not achieving that which you're looking to achieve? Basically setting yourself up for failing and giving up, meaning that you give up on yourself. So it's setting yourself up for failure. Isn't it time to get real and be honest with yourself for once? Start a new year being honest with yourself, and instead of making New Year's resolutions that you most often will not keep, you actually get brave for you and start focusing on the goals that you set so that you can figure out and take action in order to keep pushing forward and pushing through your fears to achieve those goals or resolutions, if that's what you want to call them, so that you don't fall off or quit. Most people quit after 6 weeks after making a New Year's resolution because it gets hard, because it's not quick or quick enough. If all you're looking for is a quick fix, then all you can hope for is a Band-Aid, but you're not treating the real problem, are you? Fad diets don't work. I know. I used to be a yo-yo dieter. Now, I don't have a weight problem, but I had it in my mindset when I looked at myself, I didn't see myself as beautiful. I didn't look at myself and think of myself as being worthy. And so I was always up and down on the scale. The thing is, once you start eating normal again after you've gone through that fad diet, most of the time you'll find yourself gaining it all back and then some. They don't work because they don't typically teach you how to keep it off to maintain your results. Stop looking for the quick results with no real plan in sight. It's like getting married. You don't, nor should you only be focused on your big day, your wedding day, you know, the big party, and then think it's all sunshine and roses from there on out. It's not. Marriage takes work. I know that too, because I've been married almost 24 years. But it's worth it if you put in the time. You have a best friend, companionship, a romantic relationship, someone to spend your life with who has your back, someone you can share your hopes and dreams with. Same thing applies to taking back control over your emotions so that they no longer manage you. There's no quick fix, by the way, and if that's the only reason that you watch my videos is for a quick fix, then you might as well stop watching. Why? Because anything worth having takes time and dedication to achieve, and you're worth it. Your emotional well-being is counting on you to put in the work and dedicate yourself to learning, to you, to being the best version of yourself by learning to spot your triggers, by learning to handle your triggers, and learning to and ultimately managing your emotions so that they no longer manage you. So that you can achieve peace of mind, so that you can be more focused on the here and now and not looking over your shoulder all of the time, right? Like having to go back and fix things because you showed up badly when you were emotionally triggered. So that you can look to your future and what's possible for what's next. I'm not going to be one of those coaches that tells you that in 30 days you will be cured. No, it's not a cure. I will tell you this, however. It takes 21 days to form a habit and 90 days to form a lifestyle. That is why I created my 90 Days Accelerator program, Manage Your Emotions, Master Your Life. You will learn about triggers and what yours are. You will learn about how you are emotionally triggered and you will learn how to manage your emotions. Then you will be able to take what you've learned with you into the rest of your life so that you can start living a more positive life in the here and now, not looking over your shoulder, always having to go back and fix things, and having the possibility of looking forward to what's next. Remember what I said? 21 days to form a habit, 90 days to form a lifestyle. So what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the cure-all? Because if you are, there isn't a cure for your emotions. We are emotional beings. It's how we are wired. Now, I'm being real with you because I feel like as humans, we're always looking for that quick fix instead of looking for that thing that will help us take back our control. Yes, our control, so that we can manage and live our lives better. Our emotions are our emotions. They're not going away, but you can learn to manage them better so that they don't manage you and so that you don't damage those relationships, you know, your personal and professional relationships. Now, if you caught my self-love teachings last week, I said this: we all want to be seen as a good person, to be respected by others, and to be liked and have great relationships. But in order to have all of that, we must first be able to really see ourselves, respect ourselves, like ourselves, love ourselves, and have a great relationship with ourselves. And it comes down to being able to manage this piece, our emotions, better than we did yesterday and going forward so that we can live a more positive life. If you are allowing your emotions to manage you and you're ready to take back that control, then this program is for you. But here's the deal. A lot of reasons why people have so many issues around how they navigate their emotions is because of fear. I get that. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown, fear of not being in control of how something's going to turn out, fear of not being enough or good enough or capable, fear of being judged because what will people think or say? Fear is powerful and it can stop you from stepping into your own greatness, allowing your inner villain, you know, that negative self-talk, to stay in control and manage your emotions that are managing you. You have the potential to manage your emotions. You can step into your own greatness if you allow your inner hero. Yes, we have one of those too. If you allow your inner hero to get to work, allowing you to strengthen your self-awareness muscle around this piece and this piece. Become more confident and in control and ultimately managing your emotions. You know how you show up in the things that you say and you do when you are emotionally triggered. Then you can have peace of mind and can start living that life you want to live. Now, in 2 days, we're not only entering a new year, but we're going to be starting a new decade. And time will not wait for you to decide if you want to be in control of this or if you want to stay the same. But I'll ask you, do you want to repeat another year or 5 or 10 years with your emotions still managing you because fear is holding you back and keeping you a slave to your emotions? And will you be okay if nothing changes? Or will you be okay if this time next year, you look back at your year 2020, nothing's changed, you never moved the needle forward, you never got to achieve those goals that you set for yourself, you never got to start living that life that you want to live, and you're still the same, stuck in that same place, stuck on that hamster wheel, feeling like there's no hope? I don't want that for you, and I don't think you want that for you. If you're ready to take a chance on you, then click on the link in the title notes and let's set up a call to see if you are a good fit for the program and get you on the right footing to start off your new year and new decade living your life better with clarity, confidence, and commitment. And of course, happier and content. Finally, being able to have peace of mind and able to start looking forward to what's next. Now, I hope you say yes to you because, like I said, time will wait for no one. And if you're still on the fence about the rest of your life, what it will take and what you will do for you to reach your next level, it could be that you're looking for the quick fix, which isn't sustainable. It's just not sustainable. If any of you watching right now have been on a yo-yo diet, have traveled that path the same like I did, yo-yo diet, up and down, quick fad diet, Lose 10 pounds, gain 15, lose 15, gain 25. You know what I'm talking about. It's not sustainable, the quick fix. Those juice diets or those liquid diets or those veggie diets, unless you have a plan afterwards on how to keep the weight off or keep yourself in that place where you feel healthy, it's not going to keep. It's not going to stick. Are you allowing fear to be your master, and are you okay with that? Are you willing to allow yourself to stay chained to your emotions that are managing you, keeping you a slave because of your fears? As I said, the fear of the unknown, fear that you're not worthy or good enough or capable. And so you'd rather just let fear talk you out of living your best life. You can have a better life if you start believing in yourself. It is your choice to decide. So if you said, I choose me, then click on the link and let's see where this can go. The call is free, and you will come away, at least if you're not a right fit for the program, at least you will come away with knowledge about who you are, your journey, and what you need to do to move yourself forward. Are you ready? It's up to you. Inner villain or inner hero? Now, I want to leave you with one last thing. I recently worked with a client who let fear be her master her whole life. She was always trying to please others, and her own validation of worth was based on how much she could do for other people and how they saw her as a person based on what she did for them. If someone criticized her, it validated to her that she was unworthy. If someone gave her a compliment, she took it but was doubtful of its truth. She was afraid to leave her house. She was afraid to believe she was worthy or to even think that there was more for her life if she just believed. Now, because she went through this program, the program that I've created, she's more confident. She puts herself out there. She goes out and makes new connections and has opened herself up to new and exciting opportunities. She started a new business, something she's very talented at. She's more confident in her personal relationships and confident in setting boundaries and sticking up for herself. Her self-worth is not found in how others look at her. She's learned to love herself, and she's rewriting her story because she can. She has confidence, she has clarity, focus, and purpose, and she's learned how to spot her own triggers, handle and manage them so that they no longer are her master. That's what's possible for you too. So I ask you again, inner villain or inner hero? It's time for you to make a decision. Thanks so much for watching, whether you're here live or watching it back. I truly appreciate your support. Remember to navigate your day with an attitude of gratitude, because with the right attitude, it will put you in the right mindset for when life happens. And as I said, it's on repeat, sometimes multiple times a day. I'm Leslie Gaudette, and I am an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their triggers when they're emotionally triggered, so they can handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.